Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Hear Me Out. My name is Ose, and yeah, this is why you can't have good things in life, you know? Just can't. Just can't. Today, I'm still doing my episode of John Cena's final match, which we are now less than 5 days away from. But I'm gonna have to start this video off with just, I'm gonna cry. So yesterday, the Indianapolis Colts faced the Jacksonville Jaguars. Winner will have sole position of first place in the division. During that game, our starting quarterback, Daniel Jones, or we call him Indiana Jones, who was, by the way, playing with a broken fibula in his left leg. So he was playing with a broken leg. Suffered a torn Achilles in his right leg and is out for season. And by the way, we lost really bad, 19-36. Yeah. And now, just as you guys could just tell by my just emotions, by my vibe and everything like that. Yeah, you know, it's sunny days over here, you know? Yeah, just very, very sunny days. So now that he's hurt, our backup, who is Anthony Richardson, which how do you get hurt literally during pregame? I don't know how, but he's out with a fractured orbital bone, and apparently right now he can't even see. So he's out. So now we're on our third quarterback, our QB3, which is rookie Riley Leonard, who he played okay, but okay is not gonna win us games. You guys saw how happy I was yesterday about how many of the Colts are exceeding expectations. Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, this is why we can't have nice things. But on another note, we are now less than 5 days away from John Cena's final match as a professional wrestler. So today's episode is just gonna be some just memories of mine about the man himself, and also how I felt about his retirement tour. So, to just begin it off with, I became a John Cena fan when I was around 6-7 years old. You know, I started watching wrestling around 4, when my favorite wrestler was The Rock. He's the reason why I love wrestling. And then, obviously, Hollywood, you know, made him a phone call, made him an offer he can't refuse, and then he left. Meaning, I needed someone new to like. And then here comes this white guy who just is just rapping, all that stuff, like he's Eminem or some shit like that. And, you know, when you're 6-7 years old, you're like, yo, this guy's cool. This guy's awesome, man. And like, he's just was living a Big Show. Dude, 500-pound Big Show, and winning a United States Championship, and like, he just had that aura to him. And then I started loving John Cena. John Cena became my favorite wrestler for a very, very long time. Now, I just remember every Thursday, you know, watching SmackDown just because of John Cena and seeing what, you know, he would do, or like see if he would win the championship and so forth. I just remember when he first debuted the WWE Championship and his feud with JBL. That was so awesome because like I myself had to get that championship belt, which I did. I had the little plastic toy one, you know, little spinner belt and so forth. You know, it was awesome, man, you know. But when he moved to Raw, it kind of hurt me because just like a lot of kids out there, I was a kid that didn't grow up with cable. So the only thing I could watch wrestling wise was SmackDown. So then I could watch my favorite wrestler, who obviously went to Monday Night Raw. Until 2006 hit, and then like I was just surfing through TV and stuff on a random Sunday, which I didn't know why, because like obviously there's nothing on to watch when you have no cable, pretty much. Then I just was passing through the Spanish channel, then I see like wrestling. I was like, what the hell? So then I look at it, it was Monday Night Raw. I was like, what is going on here? So then I found out they show the Monday Night Raw tapings on Telemundo every Sunday in the afternoon, either at 1 o'clock. It was at 1 o'clock before, then they switched to a 4 o'clock. So I was ecstatic because then I got to see my guy John Cena wrestle again. But also at the same time, I couldn't because I was a church kid. Yeah, I was a church kid. I am Mormon, so I am LDS. Yes, I am. So like around like how the how church went was we would either go in the morning. One year it would be like from 9 to 12. I don't know how they do it now because I don't go to church no more. But it would go from like 9 to like 12:30 ish. I would love it because then I could still watch wrestling. But then like they would have like a year where you would go in at 1 o'clock to like 4 o'clock, and like I would miss it because Raw would come in at 1 o'clock. So then I would have to tape it. And there was times, because I was a kid, I forget to put a tape in to record that Raw. So then I would miss out on some great matches and stuff. So yeah, back to John Cena. So with since I was able to watch Raw and stuff, my favorite feud of his obviously has got to be the number one. Is Edge. Edge was just he was an asshole. Like, this guy was just over here, like, you just see him, like, with his long hair and stuff, just running down to the ring. He had Lita on his side, you know, and then he's fucking humping the fucking ring, like, sick perv. And then, like, just watching John, and then, because I hated Edge so much because he stole the championship from John Cena at New Year's Revolution, and I just hated him. Because he was just so cocky, so arrogant, just like he think like he was just the best thing since sliced bread. But when Johnson won the championship back, I was so ecstatic. And then just watching him go in a rivalry with Triple H right after, then obviously Edge comes back into the mix, and then he loses the championship to RVD in One Night Stand in 2006. I was upset, but also was like, fucking why? RVD out of all people, just why? And then there was just like I think it was like a 4 or 5 month stint when he was just not even wrestling for the championship whatsoever. So I was like, yeah, cool, it's cool. But then I'm not gonna lie, someone did come into my life in 2006, which his name is Jeff Hardy. I feel like everyone loves Jeff Hardy. The culture loves Jeff Hardy. Definitely, easily, like, if you ask a black guy who's your top 5, like, greatest white people of all time, Jeff Hardy's definitely in that conversation. So is John Cena, 1000%. So then John Cena wins the WWE Championship back at Unforgiven 2006 against Edge in a TLC match. Before, like, I continue with this, I just want to go to the scenario because there was a stipulation during that match as well. So the storyline that they were doing with that is that Edge beat John Cena in John Cena's whole time at Boston, and during kind of like that little stint, they had a promo where Edge smacked the shit out of John Cena's dad. That shit was crazy. And then he beat John Cena because he used brass knuckles and he got the pin. So then John Cena the following night, you know, just straight up just destroyed Edge, threw him literally into the Long Island Sound, because they were in Long Island at the time. Just threw him in the water. I was like, yo, holy shit, that's awesome, man. So then the following week, Edge is like, I need John Cena gone. I need him out of my life. Like, I can't, I'm sick of him. So then John Cena comes with something crazy. So he's like, I have right here is a 3-year deal with Teddy Long, who was the general manager of SmackDown, that he has a 3-year contract to go to SmackDown, and he has no problem signing it, but the only thing he wants is just one more chance at the WWE Championship. And if he loses, he has no problem signing it. Me personally, that had to be one of the only times where, like, I was like, damn, I kind of hope he loses. Because as great as I can still watch Raw and stuff, as you can see, I don't speak Espanol well. But I did learn Espanol because of that, though. I did. But I'd rather him on Friday nights. He was the reason why SmackDown was so good. I would love for him to come back on SmackDown so I don't need to worry about, recording Raw or on Sundays and all that stuff. Come on SmackDown, I could watch that shit live. It would be so cool. But then obviously he won the championship and the rest is history. He just stays on Raw for just the foreseeable future. Another great rivalry I love of John Cena was definitely Randy Orton. I feel like just 1 and 2 is just the obvious ones, Randy Orton. They are just two guys that came at the same time, 2002. They're in that class of 2002, which was just a stacked class. You had Orton, Cena, you had Batista, you had Lesnar. Like, those literally just world champions galore right there. I'm pretty sure if you combine them all together, if I remember correctly, I think Cena has 17, Orton has 15. That's already 32 championships. Batista has 6. That's 38. Lesnar, I'm pretty sure he has 10. So it's almost 46 world championships. Excuse my math. I hope that's right. Yeah, 46 championships. So, like, easily has to be the GOAT class of wrestling. No question. So, like, getting back to the Randy Orton rivalry, I believe it was just so good too because Randy Orton, he was becoming an asshole as well. During 2007, he was just injuring everybody, taking people out. He took out Shawn Michaels with concussions. He took out RVD due to concussion. So the next person he wanted was John Cena. I still remember their match at SummerSlam 2007. It was here in New Jersey. I didn't go. Just did not really know like stuff like that. You could actually get tickets and stuff on that stuff. I was young, bro. 2007, I was 10. So like I didn't know like stuff like that. But I did get the SummerSlam DVD though. Music licensing. And just watching that match, it was just so cool. And it was so great just to see Cena just beat Randy Orton, because Randy Orton was just a D-bag, man. He really was. So then fast forward, because SummerSlam was in August, fast forward a little bit to October, which is where John Cena suffered a torn pec against Mr. Kennedy. But in storyline, they're saying that Randy Orton took out John Cena after the attack that he did after the match against Mr. Kennedy. To then John Cena had to vacate the championship. It sucked because John Cena was at a 1-year title reign, which was just awesome. And then just to see him he literally came back 4 months later at the Royal Rumble. Like, that shit was awesome. Like, this dude was supposed to be out for a year. Like, it was like 6 months close to a year with the torn pec. And then this dude comes back like 3-4 months later. And then he wins the Royal Rumble. Like, awesome. It was just great. There's like some memories I just love to see. So now, I have all these memories of John Cena. I know the question is, when did Roman Reigns take that title of my favorite wrestler of all you were gonna say of all time, and just take it away from John Cena? When the Shield debuted in, I'm pretty sure it was 2013, if I remember correctly. They just came in like with a bang. They interfered in the Survivor Series triple threat match between Punk, Cena, and Ryback, and just made a bang. And I saw this dude. I was looking at Roman Reigns, and I was like, there's something about him that's just different than like everybody. That there's star potential in him. He was somebody that just did not talk. He let his actions do all the talking. Because also at the time, I'm not gonna lie, he was very, very trash at promos. And John Cena is obviously the number one guy in promos. Is he the number one guy in promos all time? That's debatable. Because me personally, it's between Punk and The Rock. Yeah. Punk, he could just talk the talk. And also he could back it up at the same time. Same thing with The Rock. The Rock, reason why he was my favorite wrestler, because the dude was just awesome. Obviously he was very charismatic. He was very hilarious as well. So you can just go for The Rock. And also thank you to my grandmother who took care of me. She was the reason why I love The Rock as well, because she was a Rock fan. But we're getting off topic, so let me get back to John Cena and Roman Reigns. The reason why I just told that Aura Pal was like, he still needs to do more. And John Cena was still my favorite wrestler at the time until the Shield broke up, and then I see Roman Reigns just, coming out on his own. I was like, okay, no, I kind of like where he's going with this. And during that time, I think Cena's character was kind of getting a little bit bland, a little bit too obvious. With WWE kind of just switching from the Ruthless Aggression era back in 2007, because obviously for reasons, like big reasons, which if you guys don't know, just literally search up on Google WWE 2007, then you'll know why they pretty much just went from the Ruthless Aggression era to their PG era. And since when they went to the PG era, John Cena kind of just became a little bit more corny. He really wasn't that funny no more. It was just bland and stuff. He started wearing just like orange gear, then to purple, then to red, then to blue, then to yellow, then to green, all that stuff. It was just like, bro, what The Rock really said was true. This man was out here looking like a fruity pebble. And his promos, they were good, but they were also bland at the same time, because he was like saying like, I think it was like kind of making fun of stuff. He was like, fudging Sasquatch and all that stuff. And he was like, and I think Jericho called him, he's like, fudging? He's like, yo, we're on a PG show now. It kind of just took away the real John Cena, because we saw the real John Cena and during the Ruthless Aggression era, just going crazy, just rapping this and that and the third, and then we have to see this guy have to cater to the kids, which is obviously, we all love the kids, also love the kids, but we got to be real with, just got to be real as well at the same time. So then Roman Reigns comes in, and like he just has a run of himself, like, he just, I don't know, he just took it. There was just something about it. There's something really about him that I just adored. Pause. But we're talking about John Cena right now. So this is where I need to kind of just talk about this retirement tour for Cena. So John Cena announced his retirement last year during the summer. I'm pretty sure it was Money in the Bank 2024 during the summer, and he was saying whole year he's going to just cater to retirement tour 2025. It's just cater to professional wrestling and so forth. So if I could rate this retirement tour from 1 out of 10, I give it a solid 7. The reason why it's at 7 and not even 8, 9, or 10 is because of a couple of things. So to start off the year, it started off with a bang, obviously, but kind of sort of obvious as well, because we all expected John Cena, I know I did, expected John Cena to win the Royal Rumble and then face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But that didn't happen. They went with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. So I was like, okay, so what are you doing with this? But they had a press conference right after, and John Cena announced himself for the Elimination Chamber. I was like, all right, so he's definitely winning the Elimination Chamber. Then just something crazy happened in the Elimination Chamber that just blew my fucking mind. I just never thought. Cena turning heel, which was so fucking cool because no one expected that. I did not see that coming myself. Like, John Cena was too big to be a bad guy because the kids loved him too much. The dude was, I think he has the most records for Make-A-Wishes ever. And like, him just being a bad guy, he just couldn't do it. They really couldn't pull the trigger on that. But now they could because it's his final year. And what is there to lose? So he became heel and all that stuff. So it became so cool because then like you were gonna have like just like a power trip of John Cena, The Rock, and then Travis Scott was there too. Which, by the way, that there was like a photo of them like all in the ring together. That shit is so fire. So cool. I saw so many people just complaining about Travis Scott being in the mix. I was like, bro, let the story tell. It was gonna be so fucking cool. Just for it to be not. Because The Rock said there was no plans to even continue this. So then that means Travis Scott was not even needed no more. So then it was like, what was the point of John Cena turning heel? So then obviously John Cena wins his 17th championship. He breaks the record. Obviously that's great. You know, God bless him. He has the record. Bada boop bop. So it was like, he did that. What was the point of him turning heel? The whole point with him turning heel was he has the power trip with him. He has The Rock. He has Travis Scott. He pretty much has the WWE literally in the palm of his hands because of The Rock's power being literally on the board of TKO, which owns WWE.
Reimagined.
Just for it to be nothing, just for him to turn face again during SummerSlam, which by the way, I went to that. It was an amazing time. Very, very amazing time. Great match with Cody Rhodes. And I honestly did not expect Cena to lose the championship at SummerSlam. I expected him to lose the championship literally his final match. But I digress. I give it a 7 out of 10 because that was kind of tore me, like kind of just turned me off with the with just not having The Rock or Travis Scott there anymore. Didn't make any more sense. Cena was putting on banger matches, like the match with AJ Styles was phenomenal. Get it? If you're a wrestling fan, you would know what that means. And then he had a phenomenal match obviously with Cody Rhodes. The WrestleMania match was kind of trash. Really wasn't good storytelling. Really wasn't just overall good. But they redeemed themselves at SummerSlam, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So now we are headed into his final match this week, and it's against Gunther. Do I believe Gunther is the perfect guy to face John Cena? Yes. Reasoning is because Gunther is easily a top 5 professional wrestler in the planet. He's just like the way that he could just, his in-ring skills are just insane. And he's just the guy. I believe he's the top heel in all of WWE right now. I believe he is. He's the top heel. That guy is just insane. Did you guys know that Gunther, literally in his WWE career, 80% of it, he was champion? It says it. It literally says it. So to me, he's just a perfect person to beat John Cena and head into 2026 as a contender for the World Championship again. A championship he won twice this year. To me, he shouldn't have lost it to Jey Uso, but that's besides the point. But here we are. John Cena's final match. Will he be missed? Absolutely. Wrestling, hasn't been the same since John Cena has left. But it's in good hands because obviously you got the GOAT Roman Reigns. But he's kind of getting old, and obviously he still is suffering from leukemia as well, so chemo kind of sucks. Obviously Cody Rhodes, he's trying to be the QB1. Stop it. We all know who QB1 is. So, just seeing him walk out into the sunset, and on a phenomenal 25-year career, he deserves nothing but flowers. So, John Cena, you will be missed. Thank you for the memories. And that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to do more crying now because there's reports saying that Riley Leonard is also hurt right now with a knee injury and is uncertain for the game against Seattle. So meaning our practice squad quarterback, pretty sure his name was Ryan Rippling or something like that, might be starting. So I'm going to do some crying right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And also, guys, never give up. Forever and always. Have a good one.